Hey y'all, my name's Mare. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a huge book haul of I think almost 20 books, and over half of them are young adult fantasy books. So I'm gonna just knock those out the way first and talk you through all the YA fantasy books I have bought or received lately. Some of these aren't even recent. I have some of them from I think November and December because I, for those of you who don't know, just recently graduated college, and so I didn't take all my books to my dorm with me, so I have a lot of books to haul for you that were you know, 6 months ago, but it's fine. I'm excited to show them to y'all today. Without further ado, let's haul them. So like I said, I am going to be hauling the young adult fantasy books first and then just everything else because there's really just like a little bit of everything. But the first YA fantasy book I want to haul for y'all is actually my current read, and that is Down Comes the Night. And this is a gothic YA fantasy standalone that is centered around a romance between two enemies. So this follows a girl named Ren who's a healer in an army, and she gets sent to go heal this person at this manor, and the person, when she arrives, she finds out is her sworn enemy. And so far I'm really enjoying this book. I am currently reading it for a reading vlog, which again I will link in the cards in the description, but I am just loving this book. I love the gothic snowy setting. It's very isolated, it's very romantic. Down Comes the Night, first book we're hauling. The next book that I have to haul for y'all is Witches Steeped in Gold, and this one is also about two enemies having to work together. So this follows I believe two enemy witches in this Jamaican-inspired YA fantasy that have to work together to defeat a common enemy. I don't know why I stumbled on my words there. This was very kindly gifted to me by Alex on Twitter, so thank you so much, Alex, for sending this to me in a giveaway. I'm really excited to read it, and the cover is absolutely gorgeous. Wow, I love her. Can't wait to read it. The next book we have to haul is Frostblood by Elite Blake, and I actually haven't heard that much about this book. I was at Barnes & Noble perusing the shelves as one does. It's very dangerous to do in your free time, especially when you have your wallet on you. I believe this kind of reminded me of Red Queen, and that's why I picked it up, because I liked the premise of Red Queen, but I didn't really like the execution of it. So I was like, okay, well, let me try a book that's like that, but might have better writing and better characters. Sorry for those of you who like Red Queen. If you're new to my channel, that's nothing new. I slander Red Queen on a day-to-day basis. Frostblood follows a girl who I believe has powers in her blood, and it's like fire versus ice together having to battle, something along those natures. It sounds like a very fun trope-filled YA fantasy series, and from what I can tell, it's fairly underrated. So if you read Frostblood and you really enjoyed it, let me know, and it might just climb up my TBR. Very excited about this one. Also, I'm obsessed with the cover. Oh my god. The next YA fantasy I have to haul for y'all is House of Salt and Sorrows, and this one follows, I believe, 12 witches who live on this seaside. I don't know if they're witches. I could just be making that up because I have so many books around me that are filled with witches and I don't know which one is which. Which one is which? Oh my god, I didn't even mean to do that, but that's hilarious. I believe there's about 12 witches who live in the sea who are slowly starting to die off in mysterious murders, and they're trying to get down to the bottom of this. And this is another one I've heard really great things about. It's more underrated. I have seen a lot of reviews for it, but not really many of the people that I follow and I watch on YouTube have reviewed this one. I'm excited. Also, it's a standalone, which I love because I hate commitment. The next book that I have was very kindly sent to me by the publisher, so thank you so much, Onway Publishing, for sending this my way. And that is Dream Country, and this is the ARC edition, but I have a picture of what the cover is actually supposed to look like. I don't know why I like put it like that. That's not helpful for y'all at all, but here's what the cover is supposed to look like. I just have an unfinished copy of it. Oh my god, I'm so excited about this. I believe it's Greek mythology inspired, about three siblings. Yes, the triplet gods of sleep, dreams, and nightmares, and they're suspects in their own mother's murder. It sounds amazing. I've heard really good reviews about it, and I'm just very, very fortunate to have received this as an ARC. So again, huge thank you to Onway Publishing for sending this to me. It really means a lot to me because this was my first ever ARC that I ever received, and I'm so excited to read it very, very soon. All right, next is a book that I have read. We're getting to the books that I have received in November, December time. So first of all, thank you so much to my good friend Naima for gifting me this book. That is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I read this forever ago. I read this as soon as she gifted it to me because I was so excited about reading it, and I really did enjoy this one. I give it 4 stars, I want to say. This is a 1920s Shanghai Romeo and Juliet retelling that I'm sure you've heard lots about if you're on book Twitter, if you're on book talk, if you're on booktube. You have heard about These Violent Delights, and I really do think that it lives up to the hype. I will say my main thing with this book is that it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but it didn't really feel very romance heavy, but it's very atmospheric. It's that 1920s backdrop against Shanghai. It was really, really cinematic to read about, and I think that Chloe Gong does an excellent job of describing setting, but the romance is very much lacking in this book, considering it's supposed to be an enemies to lovers. So I'm really hoping that in the sequel, which comes out later this year, Our Violent Ends, we really get a step up and we see Roma and Juliet having more interactions with each other and singing for one another. I'm really excited for the sequel because I think that it's going to just fulfill everything that These Violent Delights was maybe missing a little bit for me. Not that it was missing a lot, because again, I still really enjoyed this, but I just wanted a little bit more romance. I wanted things to actually happen in this book, and I feel like a lot didn't happen, but overall, really, really fun. I'm rambling now, but again, thank you so much, Naima, for gifting this to me literally months ago. I finally hauled it. I love it. This copy is beautiful. Can't wait to read the sequel. Another book that I received in December and have yet to haul is Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angeles. And if you're new to my channel, hi, I love this book with every fiber of my being. This is sort of a Greatest Showman meets Phantom of the Opera YA fantasy, and I love this book. It is so much fun. I love all the tropes that are employed in this, because it has a really cute book boyfriend and lots of other fun things that I really like a competition setting. This book was just, again, so cinematic. I loved it. Why am I out of breath talking about this book? Like, I'm really excited about talking about this book. So this is just one that I recommend if you like more whimsical writing, maybe something like The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, but more so young adult. That's a bad pitch, but I really do want you guys to go read this book. So please pick up Where Dreams Descend if you like a good circus competition setting in your YA fantasy, and a lovely, lovely relationship and a wonderful female lead. It has all the boxes for me, and I don't necessarily recommend this book to everyone because I feel like it's a book that you're gonna read and you're gonna be confused while you're reading it, but you're also gonna love the ride. If you like books similar to me, I think you could really enjoy this one, so please give it a chance. And also, look at the book. Look at it. Oh my gosh, it's like glittering and everything, and the inside is gorgeous. There's like a chandelier on the cover, and wait, this is the best part of this book, because this was gifted to me by Mary Grace. She actually wrote me a note inside the book. It's so cute, and it has a little stamp from her own personal library. I love receiving books from my friends. It makes them so much more special. I'm really grateful to have this book, especially with how much I love it, and I can't wait to reread it when the sequel comes out later this year. Okay, so the last book that I haven't hauled that I got in, no, it's not even the last book that I didn't haul that I got in the winter, but this is the last book that I received from my three main gals. This one is from Ray Reads, so thank you so much, Reagan, for gifting me Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. Another one I've already read. That's why I didn't haul it previously. I read it over Christmas break and I just like left it at my house, and I didn't have time to film the book haul for you guys, which I'm really sorry about, but we're doing it now in May, June, whenever this is getting posted. But Sorcery of Thorns is another YA fantasy. Can you tell what I'm a reader of? Maybe, maybe not. But Sorcery of Thorns is about this girl who works in a magical library. This book was kind of forgettable to me, if I'm honest. Yeah, I really don't remember what this book is about. It's about libraries and magic, and it's a standalone, so if you like, again, the non-heavy commitment for a YA fantasy, maybe pick this one up, but this one was just kind of like eh for me. But again, I'm very, very thankful to have it because Reagan gifted it to me, and that means everything to me. Okay, we have 2 more YA fantasies to haul, and then we've got all the other books. So I've got the 3rd book in the Last Magician series, The Serpent's Curse, which I literally won't shut up about, so I'm sorry if you are tired of me yelling about The Last Magician. I will not stop yelling until every single person on booktube has read it, because you need to read it, okay? So this is the 3rd book in the series, so I'm not going to get into the synopsis, but the 1st book in the series, The Last Magician, which I've pitched endless times on my channel, so if you're watching this and you added it to your Goodreads TBR and you haven't read it yet, just know I'm looking at you, okay? The Last Magician follows a girl named Esta who lives in the current day, and she has this gift that she can steal really, really well. She's a really great thief, and so she actually has the ability to go back in time. So she gets sent on a mission to go back in time to this heist where they stole a very important book that could save magic in the current day. And it's so much fun. I love the main relationship in this book between Esta and a boy named Hart. They are everything to me, and I need more people to read this for the sole reason of I need fan art for it, okay? Because there's not enough fan art for it. I literally have every single screenshot that Lisa Maxwell has ever posted on her Instagram story of the 2 of them, and there's like 2 pictures that I have. So I am in desperate need of people who are actually artistically talented to read this series nice that I have fan art and I can see what these characters look like to other people, because my mind is not powerful enough, okay? This is just such a good series. It's full of a great diverse cast of characters. It has a wonderful found family trope that's very unconventional. I love Estes and Hart. Their pining is everything to me. Please read this series. I'm so excited to read The Serpent's Curse. I've said that a billion times. I'm so sorry. I'm getting really redundant here, but it's a really big book, okay? Please excuse the fact that I haven't read it yet, because it's gonna take me probably 2 months to read, but I'm very, very, very excited to own this and very excited to read it. We've made it to our very last YA fantasy, which I am very, very excited about, and that is Blade of Secrets. I almost dropped it. But Blade of Secrets is by Tricia Levenseller, who also wrote Daughter of the Pirate King, The Shadows Between Us. Blade of Secrets is one of my most anticipated releases of 2021. I literally cannot wait to read this in the next few weeks. So Blade of Secrets follows a teenage blacksmith who is approached by a warlord to make a magical sword that will kill its enemies, and upon killing said enemies will reveal all of their secrets. And that is the coolest premise of a book that I've ever heard in my life. It has all the tropes that I really enjoy, or like the settings that I really enjoy, because I love a good medieval aesthetic and like swords and everything like that. It sounds amazing, okay? Like, I'm just really amped for this, and I hear it has a really great relationship and also has great social anxiety representation and a relationship between two sisters. So I'm very, very much looking forward to Blade of Secrets. So hopefully I love it as much as I think I'm going to. Okay, so I actually lied. I do have one more YA fantasy. I literally don't know how to do math, and I say that in every single one of my videos. I don't know why I ever thought I could be a math major. Not that I am a math major. I never actually had that life path, but I'm like, you know what? I was good at math, but then I'm like, Meredith, you can't count 2 + 2. So anyways, the last YA fantasy book that I want to haul for you guys is Wicked Saints. And the reason why I wanted to put this last, and I kind of forgot about it, is because the author, Emily A. Duncan, has been revealed to be very problematic, and I didn't know that at the time that I hauled this book. This was actually very kindly sent to me from Kate from the Literary Apothecary, so thank you so much for sending this my way. I do still plan on reading Wicked Saints because it was very kindly gifted to me, and I do own it, and I didn't really want to get rid of it because it was a gift, and I did get this book before all of these problematic behaviors were revealed to me. But I do want to say that I am not planning on supporting Emily A. Duncan in the future. I'm not going to be purchasing her books because I don't want to give this author any of my money. But I did want to hold this and explain why I have this book. Again, thank you so much to Kate for sending this to me. Okay, so now we're actually done with all the YA fantasy, and we can move on to the other books that I have to haul for y'all. First book that I have to haul for y'all is Last Night at the Telegraph Club, and I did recently read this in a reading vlog. If you want to go check out my fall thoughts, I read it in my Reading Amazon book recommendations video in the cards, the description, you know the drill. But Last Night at the Telegraph Club is a book that takes place during the Red Scare, and you're following a Chinese American named Lily discovering her love of women and falling in love for the first time. I really liked this one. It was very cinematic. That's my word of the year, I guess. I just call every book cinematic, but when I can picture a book, like, that's when I really know I enjoyed it, because I think that the author did a great job of displaying the setting to me, and this is one that I thought I could just see it so vividly. It was beautiful. Great. This book's great. Go read it. Another book I got at Christmas, The Hand on the Wall by Maureen Johnson. Thank you so much to my sister for gifting me this for Christmas, because I did own the other 2 Truly Devious books, but I didn't have The Hand on the Wall, so I actually, I think, read this one from the library, but I wanted to have a physical copy so that I could reread it and love it and annotate it like I did with the first 2 books. And the Truly Devious series is one of my absolute favorites. If you don't know what it's about, it follows a girl named Stevie Bell who goes to a boarding school where a mysterious murder happened in a long time ago, 1920s, something like that. Let's see what year it was. 1936 is, I think, the date, because that's the one I flipped to on the page, but it happened in the 1930s. There was a murder at this boarding school that remains unsolved, and so Stevie thinks that she can solve it. And that's what the 3 books kind of follow along. It's Stevie uncovering this mystery at the boarding school. It's really cool because you get excerpts from the past, and you also get excerpts in the present day with Stevie, and I just love this book series. It's so much fun. Please go read it if you like a good YA mystery thriller. This is literally the staple of the genre. Next up, we've got Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell, and I might have hauled this one before. I don't think I have, but if I have before, please excuse me. I don't know anything about this one, except it's a book by a very renowned thriller writer, and I was really interested in this one because I hear this is one of her better books, and I have read one other Lisa Jewell. I read Invisible Girl. I didn't really care for it. It was fine, but I really don't remember anything about it. But I think that this will be a quick, easy read. And the reason why I own this one is because I saw it at the Little Free Library. So I like didn't purchase the book without knowing anything about it, but I did see it at the Little Free Library, and I was like, oh, I know that author, I'm gonna grab it. Another book that was sent to me months and months ago that I'm just now hauling. Thank you so much, Michael, because Michael sent me The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, which is one of my all-time favorite books now. I think this was in my top 10 of 2020, and I freaking loved this book. So this follows a social worker named Linus who works with magical orphanages, and he is sent to a magical orphanage one day to see what's up. There's actually a kid who is the son of the Antichrist, and so it's a really cute found family. All the children in here are so lovable and so quirky and so much fun. So if you want a very wholesome book that's gonna feel like a hug, definitely pick up The House in the Cerulean Sea. It will make you cry. It's gonna make you feel all the feelings. I guarantee you, like, if you pick up this book, you're gonna at least enjoy it. Like, you're gonna give it at least 3 stars. I cannot imagine reading this book and giving it anything lower than that. So definitely read The House in the Cerulean Sea if you haven't. It's all the Raven booktube for a reason. Another book I had yet to haul, but was gifted to me many months ago. I'm so sorry. I think this is the last one that's like that, but I do profusely apologize that it took me so long to haul some of these. Thank you so much, Amanda, for gifting me From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This follows a maiden named Poppy, who is sort of like, what do I say about Poppy? I mean, everyone knows From Blood and Ash, right? Everyone knows what From Blood and Ash is about. Clearly not me, because I read it so long ago that I forgot, and I still haven't read the sequel, even though I really want to, but this is a chunky boy, but you will breeze through it. So From Blood and Ash is an adult fantasy romance. I would say it's more like new adult romance. Like, it's very light on the fantasy elements. There's vampires, and they're not actually called vampires. There's some weird other name that's really confusing for no reason, but From Blood and Ash is really fun. I think I gave it a 4.25 star. Like, I really enjoyed my time with this, and I thought Poppy was a really likable protagonist, and there's definitely a dark-haired man in here that you will simp for. So From Blood and Ash is definitely a fun time. I highly recommend it if you haven't read it yet, because I mean, it's like candy to everyone. We're getting there, y'all. We're almost there. The next book that we have to haul is The Lost The Lost Apothecary, and this is a historical fantasy. I don't know much about it, but my friend Brandon from Brandon Books on Instagram loved this book, and so I said, you know what, I'm gonna get it too. Moral of the story, I trust Brandon's book recommendations with my life, or at least with my wallet. Next book I got, Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. I've been talking about this book non-stop on my channel, so if you haven't heard me rave about it, where have you been? Because this has been in every single one of my videos lately. So Second First Impressions is one of my new favorite romances. This follows a girl named Ruthie who works at a retirement home, who is very uptight, and she has a routine that she doesn't like to break. But then one day she meets Teddy, who sort of breaks her routine. She has a bad first impression of him, but then he ends up working at the retirement home alongside her, and they both live next door to each other. Super cute. Highly recommend. There's some really cute turtles in here and some really sweet moments, and I get that this book won't be for everyone, but I really loved it and preferred it to Sally Thorne's other book, The Hating Game. Then I hauled Twisted Palace, which is the 3rd book in the Paper Princess series. Again, I've already read this one. I try not to let my books sit too long if I actually do purchase them myself. Twisted Palace is the 3rd book in the Paper Princess series, which follows a girl named Ella who gets taken away to this family called the Royals because she has recently been orphaned, and so they take her in, and she might fall in love with one of her new stepbrothers, and it's hate to love because they don't like each other very much. And Twisted Palace was definitely my least favorite in the series. I just thought it was a little bit too cartoonish and outlandish, but I still had a lot of fun reading it, and I am glad that I own it because I do plan on rereading this series one day because it's just so much fun. If you're looking for a drama-filled romance escapism time, definitely pick up the Paper Princess series, and you know, it's just a lot of fun. It's a guilty pleasure, but I'm not even feeling that guilty about it because books are meant to be fun, and if I'm having fun, then it's just like a pleasure. It's not guilty. All right, last book to haul, y'all. Last one. I have People We Meet on Vacation, which is another adult romance by the author of Beach Read, which I adored with every fiber of my being. One of my favorite romances of all time. I just need a good book to binge like this. I'm so excited. It's about a woman named Poppy and I believe a guy named Alex. Yeah. And Alex and Poppy grew up going on vacations together, and they used to go on vacation every single year together, but then they have some sort of argument or disagreement and they kind of get separated. But then they get another chance to go on a vacation together, and it could change everything. It sounds so stinking cute. I've heard amazing reviews of this one so far, and people are saying they prefer it over Beach Read. So I'm very stinking excited for this because if it's better than Beach Read, like, this book is gonna blow my mind. It's gonna rock my world. It's gonna shake me to my core. Whatever analogy you want to use, it's gonna be amazing. I just know it. Okay, I've been talking for far too long. I did not anticipate this book haul being as long as it was, but apparently I can talk to the camera for hours. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it. It would really support me and my channel. Also subscribe down below for more book related content. I also have all my social medias linked down below, as well as other ways that you can support my channel. And again, thank you guys so much for watching from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate you. And until next time, bye y'all!